How's it going, Song of Ice and Fire fans? Grant from Yecats Miniatures here, bringing you another unboxing and analysis for a Song of Ice and Fire, the miniatures game. And today we're looking at the neutral Lysene Sellswords. Ha-ha! Because this game needs pirates. So here we have the artwork, and as always, I'm really a big fan of it. It's less being a battle, more just sort of the day-to-day run of being a pirate. It looks like, you know, hanging off a sail, got a boat, all sweet, really. And here we have four separate sculpts for the unit itself, no banner bearer, and the individual sculpt for the Lysene Sellsword captain. So let's check out the contents of the box. So we have our standard 12-man infantry tray. Nice. And then we grab our unit cards. So we have it in multiple different languages here. Remember to stay tuned after the unboxing because myself and Brett will be going over this unit and this attachment in more detail afterwards. And of course we have our Lysene bosun, not our Lysene captain because that was rubbish. 1 point attachment. I really like it. As I say, stay tuned, myself and Brett discuss it at length. And we have our 5 one-way round pillage token. Now not exclusive to the Greyjoys. Now here we have our first sculpt. They're really cool, almost a defensive pose. You know, he's really cool with that cutlass kind of. It looks quite standoffish, really. Kind of look like he's just bringing a knife around to cut someone's throat. Really nice, very piratey. With the old bandana, leather armor, lots of skin. So I think these are going to paint up really well, like the chest and the arms exposed and the baggy trousers. I'm a massive fan of these sculpts. I can't wait to get painted, and I can't wait for it to be viable to play a pirate army. And here's our second sculpt, who's got some nice big hair. He's not going to be bumping his head under the boat at all, is he? He's got a nice little butcher's cleaver and an axe, a little dagger in the back, mostly flesh. Yeah, really nice, really cool. Quite individual, so it's nice how the different sculpts of the pirates, or the Lysene Sellswords, not pirates, there's Lysene Sellswords, are very different, but still quite uniformed. This one's probably my favourite because I really like the cutlass in his left hand, like the kind of circle grip. Reminds me of Peter Pan in the Hook films. Really cool, like the Rufio sword with a coconut. If anyone paints it like a coconut, please tag us on Instagram so we can see it, because this world needs pirates and coconut swords more than anything. But yeah, again, really great sculpt, nice boots, rocking the bandana. Then our final sculpt for the actual unit itself. Again, lots of dual weapons going on here, which is quite cool. It's quite piratey because, you know, they're all about maximum impact, really. And yeah, really like the way that the beard sort of not braided, but bound in and stuff. That's really cool. Yeah, cool leather belts, trousers, sandals, nice. Yeah, I really like it. I really like what they've done with these. They've really given them a really nice piratey feel. And then our Lysene bosun, who is not a captain. Again, really nice pose. It's just quite staunch, quite stoic, quite yeah, quite blasé pose, just pointing forward, sending his piratey minions forth, or pikeman minions forth. It depends what unit you put him in. Really cool. I like the braids in the hair, very Jack Sparrowy. So yeah, if you like the black pearl or you like black sails, this is the unit for you. Yeah, I can't wait to get painting these guys. I can't wait to see what you guys are doing with these painting wise. So here's our spinning shot. I'll leave you with this, and after this I'll show you the bosun. But in the meantime, I'm going to jump on that phone call with Brett. Ha ha! How's it going, me old matey brat?
I can't do a pirate voice because my voice is already cracking badly enough as it is, but what's going on, man? I'm sorry. You got to be the funny one today.
Oh, it's fine. I can be the funny one. I can be the funny one. How's things, man? Have you been on any pirate ships lately? Have you found any gold bullion or Spanish treasure?
Oh, I have found lots and lots and lots of treasure, actually. And it's Lysene Sellswords. Spoiler. What a treasure of a box they are.
Seamless link. Seamless link. So on that note, we are now talking about the Lysene Sellswords, who are in fact pirates, because this game was missing one thing and one thing only: pirates. And we now have pirates. We can now play an army of pirates. I mean, I think the army would be utter dog, but we can play an army of pirates led by the Boltons or Vargo Hope.
No, you missed the opportunity. It's Euron. The Greyjoys should get pirates, and they don't count against their neutrals cap.
It's true. Yeah, yeah.
Euron has an eye patch and everything. How did you miss that?
Eye patch and a massive cape. So he should be in charge of all pirates. Yeah, man. Yeah.
I love Euron. I just played him yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. I really love him.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's well, I've been playing Greyjoys a lot recently, but this isn't a Greyjoy video. It's a neutral video.
No. See, I just found an addendum in the rulebook actually. On page 3 of the rulebook, it says, "You cannot talk about pirates without talking about Euron Greyjoy." So I guess we're following the rules as they're supposed to be, so we didn't do anything wrong.
Rules is written. We need to talk about Euron. I'll tell you what. Let's talk about it at the end, and what I'll do is I'll cut that out. Cut that out. Right. So we'll talk about Lysene Sellswords, man. So yeah, I'm really excited about these guys. A 5-point neutral unit, so it's another 5-point unit for the neutrals and other factions, but we'll talk about them in the context of the neutrals, I guess, for the moment. So they've got a movement of 5+. A 5+, you knob. They've got a movement of 5. They've got the Pirate's Blades attack profile, which is a 7/5/4, hitting on a 3+. So that's a 5-point unit, another 5-point unit in the neutral roster, hitting on 3+, which is really cool. They're more trained with their weapons than the Stark Swarm Swords, apparently. But, you know, we won't get into that. We've got a 5+ armor save and a 7+ morale. Then we've got the pillage mechanic. Now, this is obviously, prior to this box, was a purely Greyjoy thing, the pillage mechanic. So it's nice to see they're sort of bringing that across in the same way we see poison being brought across to Starks, etc. So we're now seeing pillage moved into other units, into other factions. So it says that after completing the melee attack for each enemy rank that was destroyed, this unit gains 1 pillage token. It may have up to 2 pillage tokens at any time, which is handy because you get 6 in the box. Then we get Pirate's Blade. So this is the attack. This is the attack ability. So we get precision as standard. Always got precision. Then they roll +1 attack die for each pillage token on this unit. So they can go up to 9 attack dice if they have 2 pillage tokens on them. And if this unit has 2 pillage tokens, it always rolls its highest attack die value. So even if you're on 1 rank with 2 pillage tokens, you are rolling 9 attack dice, hitting on 3s with precision. For a 5-point unit, that is incredible. I love this unit. I've not played them yet, but I've played against them down at the club, and they were brutal. They really were brutal. Yeah, so I've just gone through the profile, Brett. How do you feel about me pirates, me old matey?
I can't deal with you. These guys got a lot of hype when they came out, and I think a lot of that is justified. Now, are they strictly like just an auto-include unit? No, of course not. Are they strictly better than Cutthroats? Again, not strictly better. Are they a really good 5-point unit? Absolutely. I think the worst thing about the Pirates is that I think Greyjoy players have a look at these and kind of feel like, well, this is what we want out of Greyjoys. We want some type of bonus for having the 2 pillage tokens. I think they've done a really nice job with the design space of these guys. Some Greyjoy players say they're strictly better than Reavers. I'm not 100% sure about that. I me and Dave Meckler might be the only guys that dab in Greyjoys that like Reavers. I really like Reavers, but
No, I like Reavers. Man. Reavers are good.
I think Reavers have a bad rep. We'll blame Mikkel for that. I'll scold him when he and I do the faction overview. I think the pirates are neat. They're good. I think precision has a place in the game at the moment. You've got these giant holes. Am I allowed to say that?
I'll bleep out. I'll put a pirate sound effect on it.
Do it. All right. Yeah, you got these giants coming down from the north, and suddenly, after this Season 2 patch, Mag the Mighty Commander is good. So, trying to deal with a giant list without any type of auto wound or precision is kind of an exercise in futility. So, these guys suddenly have a place, potentially. But I quite like them. I think they go in any number of factions and any number of spots. I mean, they're potentially throwing 9 dice on a 3+. I think, of course, they work well with Greyjoys because Greyjoys have Eric Ironmaker. They've got Raiding Call. They can just send these guys in immediately with 2 pillage tokens. And so they're just a can opener. If it wasn't for Hidden Traps doing so much chip damage to them on the way in, these guys would hypothetically be a great way of dealing with free folk, cutting through the raiders and things like this. It's just a crap ton of attack dice, man.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I really like as well, that I've been sort of math hammering a little bit, is is using Dagmar Cleftjaw and using coordination tactics. So if I was the coordination tactics between Ironborn Reavers and these guys, and they had 2 tokens on them, had 2 police tokens on them, would they then hit on 2s with Sundering, Precision, with 9 dice?
You are correct. Coordination tactics would swap all of the abilities between the 2 units. It swaps everything other than innate abilities, which we don't have. So, yeah, you're correct. That's exactly what they would do.
That would be absolutely filth. I know it's 10-point investment and you invest it in a commander, but that is to have 9 dice hitting on 2s with Precision, Sundering. I think that's absolutely filth.
Yeah, there's a number of cool things that you can do with them. Again, I think obviously because Greyjoys already have the pillage mechanic, they've already got ways to get pillage tokens out without necessarily getting engaged first. But yeah, Dagmar's got some pretty nasty stuff that can happen. I think we were talking about Lady Nim when we were talking about the Starfall Knights, but she's a nice little add to these guys because she can give them critical blow and vicious on top of the abilities that they have. Dagmar himself is not a bad spot for these pirates to go because he's got martial training and he's got gang up, so you're able to get them up to 10 dice because of gang up, and then you get the rerolls on top. Rerolls, precision, and a vulnerable token seems really, really dirty to me. I think you just kind of get excited by the potential of these guys, and I think probably some of the hype is pretty warranted. Also, keeping in mind Warsworn, I mean, I could be wrong. I don't think Warsworn is limited to Greyjoy units. That's just fueled by slaughter on a stick. Not really too sure why you don't see more of the Warsworn, actually. I think it's just a really good attachment.
Yeah, no, I agree. So, right, let's try and remain focused on this. So what I'm going to do, Brett, is we're going to quickly go over these guys in the neutral faction. Then I'm going to give you 30 seconds for each faction as to what you think a good combo is.
Yep.
You ready for that? Are you up for the challenge?
I'm up for it, man.
Me old land lover.
Holy shit. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, man.
So in neutrals then, so we'll go through these quickly in neutrals. So I think in neutrals they've got a good place. I think obviously I don't work with any of the keywords from the commanders, but I think for 5 points it's a nice different unit than Cutthroats to be using, isn't it? And obviously anything's really better than Stormcrows, really. So
I think the commander unit, we've got confirmation that planning and insight is +3 if you own the letters and it's your commander's unit. So you've got a commander bunker that's capable of dealing 12 hits on a charge. Pretty nice.
Right, so ready? So I'm going to go through the factions. You can give me some quick combos, and if I feel the need to, I'll stop you, but I probably won't. So Lannisters, go.
Gregor Clegane, precision +2 auto wounds, lots of dice.
Nice. Starks.
Rickard Karstark.
Yeah, why so?
Fueled by slaughter, and a need for vengeance, a top of the round attack. Depending on where they're at, the start cards are just gas. Anyway, you've got Winter's Might that can potentially give you rerolls and Sundering. You've got the capability of, I guess, Great Jaw Number could work too, because on their last stand they would roll 7 dice. If they died with pillage, it'd be 9 dice. They get rerolls because they're an Umber unit. So either of those two, the 2 aggressive commanders.
Nice. Free folk.
Oh.
You can't have them free folk. No, Night's Watch.
Don't let me say Jon Snow because he's always the most obvious choice. Cotter Pike. Fueled by slaughter, reckless heroism.
Yeah. And also you got the assault orders as well, haven't you?
Assault orders and pike aggression. Yep.
Baratheons.
Axel and Andrew Estermont.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I'll recommend Andrew Estermont as well. Yeah. Targaryens.
Marcelin.
Yeah.
Marcelin can get extra attack dice and a +1 defense. It's not terrible.
Also, I think Sky has been quite good one as well.
Mm-hmm.
With Mark Target in that.
Yeah.
Greyjaws we've gone into quite heavily. Martells.
Obara. Obara Sand. Obara Sand for sure.
Cool. Yeah, so that's us going through them. Yeah, I really like them. So the box, it also comes with an attachment. It comes with a Lysene Bosun, which comes with Interrogate. Each time this unit destroys an enemy with a melee attack, you may look at your opponent's hand of tactics cards and discard 1 card. And Domineering Pride. While engaged by an enemy with fewer remaining ranks, this unit automatically passes all panic tests. For 1 point. That's not a bad attachment for 1 point, man. I quite like it. I want to try it in Unsullied, because obviously Unsullied are able to drop units quite quickly, I think. But even as it's just like a bit of a sweeper unit, just to get rid of the tactics cards from the enemy, I think it's quite nice. The automatically passing panic tests, I don't know how much that comes into it. You know, we heard from Richard Endline when he was talking about having this ability on the Lannister City Watch, Lannisport City Watch. He never really used it that much, but for 1 point, I think it's quite good. I really like the Interrogate ability. I'm definitely going to be giving it a go. How do you feel about the Lysene Bosun?
He's decent. So if you think like overall throughout a game, you might kill 2-3 units in a normal game total, unless you're playing against free folk. It might be hard to get value out of it, but if you're playing against free folk, you should, like, especially if you're playing Varamir and his disappearing, reappearing magical pets, you might get quite a few kills, so you could burn a lot of their cards. Could be worth it.
Varamir and his army of Pokemon.
Yeah, no kidding, dude. It's like, not even going to get into that right now. All positive. Good vibes, good vibes.
Good vibes, good vibes. Weird cat, I choose you. Is there any units that you can see? I'll tell you, well, let's keep it in neutrals. Is there any units you can see that you might use them in neutrals for?
When I play neutrals, my cutthroats generally do like all of the killing. Like the flayed men are more or less there to be scary and tanky, but basically everything I kill with cutthroats. So.
Okay, well, that's it then, mate. You've sunk my ship. Yeah, so that's it then. So that's the Lysene Sellswords. I think they look like a good unit. The unit looks better than the attachment. I'm going to be running them. I won't run a whole army until we've got more Lysene units, if that's a thing. Hopefully it will be. You know, everyone loves pirates, don't they? You know, if you're going to sell more models, zombies and pirates are the way to do it. So, thanks for coming and checking this video out. Please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want more Song of Ice and Fire content. Yeah, cheers for your time, Brett. You got anything you want to add?
Narg.
Done it. Great. Take care, man. I'll speak to you soon, me old landlubber.
Yep, house rule it, man. House rule it. If you run your own Greyjoy, you can take as many Lysene pirates as you want.
Yeah, but that's not a house rule that is a thing, is it? You just made that house rule up. People now that come to this channel with trust and faith that we will give them sensible feedback, and they're going to go away, house rule that, and fall out with all their friends.
Well, I think their friends should let them do it.
I mean, I agree, but I mean, my statement stands true. Okay, man. Right. Take care, dude. I'll speak to you soon.
All right, man. See ya.